Hey everyone. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Rob Newell, and I have the honor of being both your union president and the plan manager for the Local 1500 Welfare Fund. I'm recording this video today specifically for our members who have Local 1500 provided healthcare benefits through Anthem. This includes anyone covered by our full-time, special part-time, or ACA Part-Time Welfare Plans. If you're covered by one of these three plans, you should know that in addition to your Anthem medical benefits, you currently also have prescription drug coverage provided to you by Express Scripts, or ESI. Recently, you probably received another prescription card in the mail from ESI that has the name Evernorth on it. That's nothing more than a rebranding effort over at ESI. So there's nothing for you to do other than change the card you carry in your wallet or the picture that you have of it in your phone. The timing of those new cards, though, has definitely created some confusion for our covered members, and I hope this video helps to clear some of that up. The main goal of today's video, though, is to try and amplify a message I delivered during our recent Shop Steward seminar and then wrote about in my article in the latest edition of The Advocate, which hopefully you received recently. If you already read my article or were at the seminar, no worries, you'll still get a few pieces of new information here because I'm going to cover a few things in more detail. As of July 1st, we are changing our prescription drug coverage provider from ESI or Evernorth to a new pharmacy benefit manager, or PBM, called Prime Therapeutics, or Prime. We're very excited about this new partnership and the opportunities and the benefits that it presents for all of you. You should also know this will also save your welfare fund more than $7 million in the next 3 years. When it comes to your benefit plans, the trustees of the welfare fund never take making changes lightly or act hastily, because any change we make has a direct impact on you and your families. In all my years as a trustee, I've never seen the trustees initiate a benefit change that wasn't made for all the right reasons. Whether it be to provide you with a more expensive benefit plan or to help control the rising costs associated with your plans, the trustees have and always will continue to act in the best interest of you, your families, and the fund. Our transition to Prime is coming fast, and outreach to some of you has already begun. It is important that you embrace this change and try to be proactive. Reading through the materials in the mailers and taking the steps outlined will help ensure that any interruptions or delays with your medications are either non-existent or dramatically reduced. Your prescription drug plan is very complex, and many of you have prescriptions that require prior authorizations, appeals, medical reviews, and some that comes to you via home delivery. Let's face it, for some of you, the medications you take are the sole reason that you're still with us today watching this video. Trust me when I tell you, the trustees understand how important this issue is to all of you, and we take our responsibility to serve you very seriously. Many of you take certain medications, especially specialty or brand medications, and you will receive early outreach shortly if you haven't already. I have to advise that you respond and react quickly once you are. The letter you receive will look a little like this one, with the double logos at the top. It will tell you what is changing, when, and what you need to do about it. It will also give you the contact information to discuss your issue with the Prime team. If you're confused, don't agree, or have questions, they can help you. The covered drug list, or formulary we use at Prime, is a little different than it was at ESI, so there may be some extra work for you to do early in the transition process. As for your home delivery program scripts, Prime will handle the migration of any existing non-expired scripts until they expire. And even after we move to Prime in July, the program will still be provided to you by ESI Evernorth, just now indirectly through Prime's system. That little distinction isn't something that should impact you, but it is an important one for you to know. If you have issues with it, the team at Prime will be there to assist you and get it squared away quickly. For those of you currently using ESI's Save On program, there will be a new program for you to work with at Prime. It's called FlexAccess. Any unexpired scripts and coupons that go beyond 6/30/2026 will automatically be transferred over to FlexAccess by the team at Prime. But you are encouraged to engage with FlexAccess when you receive this outreach to ensure a smooth, long-term relationship. There are, however, a few things that everyone will need to do. First, you need to be on the lookout for an envelope that looks like this one. It'll be a Local 1500 welfare branded envelope, but there'll be a window here. This example is a mock-up and just has an address label on it. Yours won't. There'll be a plastic window here and you'll be able to see your information through it. This information in this envelope will have your prescription card included with it. When you get it, I encourage you to share this new information quickly with your pharmacy and your doctor's office. Too many times, folks wait around to do that until the next time they need a prescription. That could create difficulty if the coverage for your script is rejected or you show up in their system as having no coverage because you forgot. A lot of annoying things can happen if you don't update your coverage information, so why wait? We all know these are not the things you want to deal with when you're sick or you need to get medication home to a family member, so please try to be proactive. It's not just your new card. Everyone will also be issued a new ID number on that card. So please don't assume it's just the same numbers on a new card, like was just the case with the Evernorth cards you just got. I assure you the information is not the same, and if you don't update it, you will have delays in getting your prescriptions filled or covered. I also advise that you put your Evernorth card away on July 1st and only carry your new Prime Therapeutics card to prevent any mistakes. Keep in mind, I said put it away. I didn't say throw it away. I might be a hoarder, but I'd hold on to your Evernorth ESI card, just keep it in a safe place, or at the very least, take a picture of it and keep it for a few months, just in case. You never know if you might have to refer back to it for some reason. You never know when you need that information till the day after you throw it away, right? Better to be safe than sorry. But as far as what you carry on you, carry your Prime Therapeutics card as of July 1st. We also want you to be aware that the switch over to Prime will also affect certain utilization management programs, or what I'll call programs from here on out. So under Prime, there may be some additional steps that you have to take. There may be some new folks or some new departments that you need to coordinate with, and there could be some new mandates you need to follow to have certain drugs covered. All of these programs are put in place to prevent fraud, waste, and abuse, while at the same time protecting you. Significantly reducing the waste cost for our prescription plan is an important goal for the trustees. Far too often, 60 to 90-day prescriptions are written by your doctors, only to find out in the first 2 weeks, or even less sometimes, that the patient is allergic to the drug or they suffer an unexpected side effect. This causes your doctor to write you a different script, and the first batch of pills and the money it cost you and the fund to buy them is wasted. Each year, our fund is saddled with hundreds of thousands of dollars in waste costs, and we're going to control that waste better using some of Prime's programs. To you, the individual user, some of these things may not make sense, but we've spent a great deal of time on this project, and we're positive that the new steps are financially beneficial to everyone and a necessity in the long run. Additionally, fraud and abuse situations are going to be identified, flushed out, and dealt with more effectively with Prime on our side. The team and the technology of Prime are going to allow for a much more transparent view into your prescription drug program, both for you and the fund. Prime's review of our utilization data will also identify cost-saving opportunities and recommend smart plan design changes much more quickly than we have in the past. The fund's goal is to cover the scripts that are medically necessary to address your medical issues, but at the best possible pricing. So before approving a high-dollar script, we want to be sure the patient actually needs that brand drug. You know the ones I mean. The ones with the billion-dollar advertising budgets and the nightly TV commercials. The ones with the jingles we find ourselves humming randomly for no reason throughout the day. Yeah, there's a lot of reasons doctors immediately prescribe brand name or high-cost drugs as opposed to the much cheaper biosimilars or generic equivalents, but that's a whole different video, a whole different topic, and for a whole different time. What you do need to know is that before spending those extra dollars, Prime's programs and approved formulary will help the fund identify and avoid those huge unnecessary brand name drug costs, unless of course they're deemed medically necessary. Just like before with ESI, there is a medical review process at Prime, and they will communicate with you if you are identified as having a script in need of more information or a review. An example to help better illustrate this issue was a recent ESI bill where 34% of the total bill was spent on 31 prescriptions. It was over $236,000 spent on 31 scripts, while the remaining 66% of the bill was spent on almost 2,000 scripts. The costs of some brand name drugs are just inconceivable, and covering them is getting unsustainable. Without the use of step therapy and a medical review process, it could truly cause a financial issue for your fund. Another perk offered by Prime that can help you save both time and money if you choose to use it is Prime's MyPrime website. MyPrime will enable you to check the cost and coverage level of any script your doctor writes for you in seconds. You will also be able to see all the covered pharmacies in your area and what the actual cost of the drug will be for you at retail at each of them. Is it worth driving an extra mile or two to save a few bucks? What if the savings are significant? How far are you willing to go to save some money? In most cases, the more money you save, the more money the fund saves, because as you know, your copay is a percentage of the total cost charged to the fund up to the cap. Using MyPrime is completely up to you, but for the first time, you will know where your hard-earned dollars can go the furthest, and whether your prescribed drug will be covered without step therapy or without the use of a UM program. All of this is available to you, and even before you leave the doctor's office or head for the pharmacy. I also have a need to correct one thing I said at my speech in the Shop Steward seminar. The MyPrime website cannot give you the in-stock status of your medication in the retail pharmacies around you. I'm not sure where I got that information from, but when I spoke with the Prime team again today, I verified that it is definitely not an available function provided by the website. I'm sorry for the confusion, but it happens to the best of us. Over the next few weeks, you'll be getting multiple envelopes from the Local 1500 Welfare Fund and Prime Therapeutics. Some will include a toll-free number set up just to assist our covered members. The only issue is that the number won't be live until July 1st. After that, this number will be open 24/7 just to help guide you or answer any questions you may have about your plan or any changes that you should expect. On a final note, our folks in the medical department will also be able to help you more than they have in the past with your prescription drug questions. They will now be able to access your file at Prime and see or explain things to you like the status of an appeal or a medical review if you have one pending. You should know that you will also have the ability to see many new things on MyPrime for yourself. You'll be able to track a coverage determination, check on the status of your pharmacy review, or review all of the pharmacy benefit information in your plan. Imagine being able to quickly look online and see if your doctor's office really did send in that request for your appeal. Well, you won't have to imagine anymore. You'll be able to see it for yourself if they did it or not. There is so much more that you'll be able to see using MyPrime, and I think you're going to love it once you get started. Medical benefits, especially prescription drug plans, are very complicated, and we do our best every day to learn anything we can to ensure we have the most up-to-date industry knowledge. Your plan trustees are some of the most dedicated out there and will only work with fund professionals that are the most capable and well-respected in their fields. We all believe that the time is now for this change, and partnering with the team at Prime offers us an opportunity to take a major step in the right direction for you, your families, and our welfare fund. Thanks for taking the time to watch this video today. I hope it eased a few of your minds about the transition, or at the very least, answered a question or two that you may have had. If I haven't eased your minds fully, I want you to know that we're here for you, and we stand ready to help you and your families every step of the way. Remember, we're all going through this important transition together. I look forward to seeing you in the stores again soon, and maybe hearing about some of your own personal experiences with Prime and how it's been. Stay well, and remember, our union has value. Thanks.